Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a long due video which is highly requested by a lot of my subscribers and video watchers. And that is my 1 year review of my Chanel 22 handbag. So guys, please stay tuned until the very end to hear all my updates and feedback on my 22 bag. And if you're new here, hello, my name is Jen. I talk about how to style classic and colorful items in order to achieve a classic and feminine look. If you like this kind of content, please feel free to subscribe, like, and comment. That would mean a lot to me. Now let's get started. So I got my 22 bag, which is a medium size in black calfskin leather in March 2022. And this is the first edition of the 22 bag that was released in the Spring Summer Collection of 2022, Act 2. And I purchased it end of March, and I believe this is the first batch of the 22 bag. So if you purchase your 22 bag from different collection or different month, the material or maybe the ingredients might be slightly different. But nonetheless, I believe that I purchased in the very first batch of the 22 bags, and therefore this might be one of the main reasons why this bag becomes so durable. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about different aspects of the bag so that you will know how my bag is doing after 1 year. First, I want to talk about the outer part of the bag. So the outer part of the bag basically stays the same after 1 year. I'm using a bag insert inside, so the bag looks a bit sturdy, but the bag is supposed to be slouchy and edgy looking. So it's not supposed to be a structured bag, alright? So I would say after 1 year, the outer and the front and the back looks exactly the same in terms of the look and feel. Second, I want to talk about the color of the bag. So when I first bought the bag, because this is a shiny calfskin, so I do feel like the color is super shiny after I unboxed the bag. If you want more information, you can watch my detailed review video when I first bought the bag, and I produced that video exactly 1 year ago. Now that I use it for after 1 year, I think the color is getting a bit more matte and a bit less shiny, but it doesn't change the color of the bag. The bag is still very black, and it doesn't lose any color because of the wear and tear. The third thing I want to talk about is the texture. So after 1 year of using the bag for more than 70 times, I'm proud to say that I've used the bag for more than 70 times, yes. I even brought the bag with me for a very long trip for 3 weeks, and I used it during that trip almost every single day. And I've been enjoying the bag so much. And I have to say that after 1 year, the texture and the fabric of the bag become much more soft. I can even feel it because at the beginning when I first bought the bag, I felt the material was more sturdy, a bit more solid, whereas right now after using it, I don't know, I think it's also because the oil in my hands and also my body temperature, and over time, the bag body and the bag leather texture becomes softer. And I can obviously feel the softness of the bag. So given this is a slouchy bag, I don't mind the bag leather getting softer because it's not meant to be a structured bag anyway. So over time, I'm really enjoying it and seeing how the leather changes over time to become softer and easier for me to adjust the drawstring here because it's becoming softer, right? Because at the beginning, I find it quite hard to adjust the drawstring because the leather was more stiff, but right now, because it's becoming softer, I just find it so much more easy to adjust this part. Number 4, I want to talk about a very important aspect, which is the corner. I think I'm very lucky because this is the first batch of 22 bag that I got and I purchased. So I don't know whether it has anything to do with the quality of the bag because this is the first batch. I purchased the bag exactly on, I think, something like the 22nd of March in 2022. And I believe the collection was just launched a week before I purchased the bag. So I'm pretty sure that this is the first batch of 22 handbags that I purchased. And when I purchased it, it was literally just one piece at the shop at that time. And it was on display. So there was nothing in the inventory. So the corners seem to look very fine. To be honest, I don't see a lot of wear and tear in the corners. I have a closer video here if you're curious. So I think it looks completely okay, the corners. And bear in mind that the bag has been with me for many different places. The bag has been with me on the plane, on the flight, on the train, at different restaurants, beaches, parks, tourist attractions and all these kind of places, coffee shops. So I'm really surprised that actually there's nothing scratchy or no visible scuff near the corners. So I'm pretty proud of that. Number 5, I want to review the strap near the opening of the drawstring part here. So this is what everybody has been talking about after purchasing a 22 bag. Okay, am I gonna get wear and tear on this part pretty quickly? I mean, honestly, if you look at the close-up videos that I'm putting here, yes, I do see that, because the chain is rubbing near this part of the leather, I do see there's a little bit of color fading near the opening here, all right? However, given that I've used the bags for more than 70 times, which is more than 2 months in a row, I honestly think this is not a big deal because I do take good care of my bag, but I'm not like babying the bag because this is not supposed to be a dedicated bag that you only use it once or twice a year for a special occasion. No, this is an everyday bag. An everyday bag is supposed to serve the everyday purpose, which is you bring with you when you're going out to run errands, to do grocery, or you can also bring it over with you for weekend brunches and lunches and dinners, or even going traveling. So a bit of rubbing is okay. And given I have used the bag for 1 year, I think the wear and tear is pretty reasonable. Number 6, I also want to mention about the hardware. I can see that after 1 year, the hardware holds pretty well. I do notice that, the leather strap, it's becoming more soft in the chain here, but it doesn't affect my usage. And to be honest, the hardware looks pretty much okay. I mean, because the hardware is in vintage gold hardware, of course you can see some kind of natural fading of the vintage gold, and you can see a bit of the white color near the corner of those hardware parts. But I know that this is a pretty normal part of the handbag because I also own other Chanel handbags in vintage gold hardware, especially my boy medium bags, and I see similar things. Same happens for my Pearl Crush mini bags in a vintage gold hardware, and it's all the same thing. So I would say the hardware holds pretty okay. And if you look at Chanel logo at the front of the bag, I think that the logo holds pretty okay, and so far the logo stays intact, and I'm really happy about it because I've heard crazy stories about how the logo might fall off from the bag, and luckily mine's working well after 1 year, and I'm pretty happy about it. Next, I want to talk about the lining of the bag. So the lining of the bag, according to my SA, is made of black denim for my black color 22 bag. So the lining looks okay. I mean, at some point it's becoming a bit dusty because I've been putting a lot of things inside without bag insert. I'm only using bag insert today for video editing purpose. I'm actually not using bag insert for my day-to-day use of my 22 bag. So sometimes I would have to make the bag inside out in order to, to remove the dust. But I haven't really cleaned the lining inside. So I think the lining looks quite okay because it's in black anyway. I wouldn't know if that's any dirt. But bear in mind that I take very good care of my bag, so I don't put any random food or something dirty inside my bag. And I remove the dust regularly inside the lining. The last thing I want to talk about is the smell of the bag. This is something that people don't really talk about, but it's quite obvious when you first buy your 22 bag. There's a big smell of the calfskin leather. I mean, there's literally super strong smell, especially because the leather is made of shiny calfskin, so there might be some processing, of the leather during the production process, so you could smell the strong leather smell. But to be honest, that smell already went away after a couple of weeks of usage. That's exactly what my SA told me. and by far I don't smell any weird smell anymore. And I honestly don't mind the smell, and I don't think the smell is crazy. I just understand that, you know, different leather requires different processing, and therefore it might occur some smell, and I think it's understandable. So far, as you can tell, I'm really happy of my 22 bag, and after using it for so many times, it stays the style that it's supposed to be, which is edgy and cool, and also Chanel and feminine. So I'm really happy with my 22 bag, and I hope that this video will help you decide whether you want to go for a bag or not. I didn't talk about the size here because I have another video talking about whether you should go for a small or medium 22 bag size. So I will put the link in the description down below if you're interested. Or you can also watch my detailed video on my 22 bag review, which I produced 1 year ago and got so many views. Thank you so much for watching it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know your 22 bag updates as well if you own one 22 bag. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.